Hello, Kalu Kalay. Hey Notepad, why are you streaming at 11:58 p.m. EST? Well, that answer may surprise you, and that answer is, it's entirely because, I played Eldritch Horror today. I played Eldritch Horror with, Noonie, Ethical, a couple other people, Axe, Jaeger, Pepper, and fucking, I'm brain melt. Yeah, I played Eldritch Horror. We started playing Eldritch Horror about 5. We ended Eldritch Horror at 11:30. We played Eldritch Horror for a little while. We won. Yes, we did. We did in fact win. So good job, team. But yeah, I'm a little delayed today. It happens though. It happens. Let me. So what happened in the meantime? Well, obviously I've got to make sure people know what's going on. If I roll down here a little bit more, added a little bit of the idea of Neom. You know, what is the manufactured city? How does it kind of function? What's the ideas here? I need to still go over the line sections. Talked about the city blocks and how they actually function. I need to literally sketch out the art of. I need to sketch out the map of Neom. I know how to do it. It's a little bit funky of doing it because of how the maps are set up. But generally speaking, you have Al-Kraba. Obviously, I thought that would be appropriate. We have the Oxagon, Trojena, which this is actually I sent this through Midjourney and applied a different style to the back of it, and with a little bit of finagling, I ended up getting this, which I'm like, yeah, this summarizes Trojena pretty well. A weird, funky place. Sindala, of course. All I really need to do now is to book. That's generally all I need to do there. Nothing else changed super mechanically. I did a lot of work kind of off screen, adding in things like this, just to kind of get you the idea of like, hey, this is what things actually look like. This is how the city functions. I still need to do these 3. I have them broke down of how to do them. Effectively, the Neon Public Security Divisions, those are who are actually calling you in most of the time. These are like the most common people to call you in are the NPS, Neon Public Security. Most of the time they're asking you for like, hey, we need help here. Hey, we need help us on Vice. Help us, help organize crime. Help the public, criminal investigations unit. It's kind of like help kind of some of the major divisions and kind of give you an idea of like why they are doing the thing they are. The Saudi Arabian Royal Guard is, you are being leveraged not really by the city's police, you're getting leveraged by the state's police. And they don't like, they have an active conflicting relationship. The security with public security, and then of course the UN can always call you in. The UN military police, they are, a lot of the time it's, we think these guys aren't doing their job, so we're going to do it. It's a militarized, they're effectively the militarized police, so they're going to do whatever the fuck they feel like. And generally speaking, that's how they kind of perceive things. It's legitimately just writing it in and trying to get it to look the exact right way. Managed to get all these to look exactly the way I wanted to. Took a little bit longer than I had hoped. Part of me wants to do something like this with these sections. Like, do something like this. Another part of me doesn't want to. It's kind of like, there isn't really, to me anyway, there's not like a be-all, end-all solution. Probably you'll consult someone in the middle of the night. Feedback, still not super happy with feedback, but it works for what it is. Criminal minds, of course, how criminal minds work. I added the 3 examples. Effectively, we have Michael Shefkat murdered his wife. She was a whore, according to him, sleeping around with other men in front of him. Stabbed her 37 times with a knife. Entire apartment on the line is covered in blood. Normally, this wouldn't be a problem for anyone involved. Except, Michael Shefkat died 5 years ago after jumping from a rooftop. The man's papers aren't his, but the forgery is almost perfect. Neurobeat has been called in to find the forger. See, it's kind of that thing, it's just like, yo, here's this horrible crime that took place. Literally, this guy fucking butchered his wife. And now, but you're not called in for that. That is a secondary fucking concern for you. Your main concern is, hey, there's forgery people going around. Can you please find them? Yeah. Jimmy Kareem, a professional maverick. He stole a bunch of things, and we want it back. And that's the UN calling you in to do that, because the police don't want to go to the black zone. And of course, we also have Deanna Sunny. This tweaker, you know, there we go, Diana Sunny. Kind of give you an idea of like, hey, it's not as easy to be like, crime is just people who kill someone. No, you can put in a lot different crimes that kind of fit the service, fit the tone, you could say. So today we're going to be talking requisition. Requisition's going to be a long and arduous process, and it will be unfun for everyone involved. And because of how late it is, I will also have dinner on stream because I'm hungry, and I want to eat food but get work done because that's the nature of the beast. So yeah, believe it. Neurobeat is 23 million credits. To keep the book green. Whenever agents, officers on deployment may always requisition supplies, gear, supplies, and assistance from various forces inside, from depots in the depots belonging to either the public security department, Saudi Arabian Royal Guard, or the United Nations armories, or the United Nations armory. Living expenses are covered. Requisitioning supply. When putting in a requisition request, the time is a half action. Filling out the proper paperwork, proper paperwork and signing the right documentation to get the supplies across through legal channels. Everything is tracked and recorded in the bureaucratic when raises are being requested. Of course, more expedient requests can be put in with a good word or knowing the requisition officer in a city block in an area. Running UN quartermaster is never without benefits. Never without benefits for a box of candy bars, or a brand new or a new 4 gauge shotgun for anti-cybernetics soldier operations. If the officer has the right connections, they can reduce it down to a non-action, they can reduce it down to nothing. Allowing them to pick it up when they are available, or call in a police drone to drop off the necessary supplies. Or do Thank you very much for continuing to subscribe, Ironside. Yeah, Rogue Trader's so broken. I am not going to pretend to, like, I have Rogue Trader on my wish list. It is effectively, I am going to wait until Mandalore Gaming does a video on it, because not only will it be, because the thing is, not only will the game be fixed, the game will also have a discount. So I'm like, hey, I'm going to be smart about it. It might be a year. Might be a year and a half. That's going to be a year and a half. It's the same bugs from Kingmaker. I'm not surprised. I've heard of a few bugs that are like... very Rogue Trader specific. That I'm like, alright. Going to make an assumption they will hammer home certain ones that need to go away, but they won't get rid of everything because because one funny thing that I've been noticing is there have been an absurd number of people, mind you, an absurd number, who have been like, man, why aren't CRPGs more popular? Why aren't CRPGs more popular? And I'm like, guys, you do fucking remember, like, all those classic CRPGs didn't do well, right? You remember that, correct? Like, none of them did really well. We just have, they became classics. And that's the problem with classics, is that classics usually aren't the best received. Yeah, they usually don't, yeah. Like, they usually don't have that many things, so I'm not surprised. And, like, that was, like, the big thing with, like, Baldur's Gate 3. It was like, wow, how did Baldur's Gate 3 do so well? And the answer is, it did really well because it had a lot of hype behind it, and people like the characters. But you also have a lot of people, if you were to check those Steam charts right now, I can guarantee you probably about 50% of people who bought the game have made it to Act 2. Actually, let's do Baldur's Gate 3 achievement. Let's see. So to give you an idea, this is the number of, this is for Xbox, mind you. So let's see. I want to find, can we get a, let's see, Steam. Let's see. 90% of people who bought it have legitimately gone past the tutorial. Let's see. Perform 5 attacks in 1 turn. Let's see. Let's play a game, everyone. I'm very curious. Leave Act 1. 50% of people who bought Baldur's Gate 3 have gotten past Act 1. 50%. The City Awaits. Let's find The City Awaits. 36% of people have actually gone to Act 2. Let's see. All's well that ends well. Let's 17.5% of people have actually, you know, beaten the game who bought this game. Now, the thing is, like, here's the thing. The thing is, it's not necessarily like, man, that's, you know, not too, and that's not too weird. The thing is that that's a thing that you have to see. They legit changed Pathfinder to be a D100. Well, from what I've gathered, what I've gathered, Ironside, is that they actually use all of the original Dark Heresy. They're using, I believe, Rogue Trader's actual system. But of course, they're using Rogue Trader's actual system changed for them. I would be fascinated. I would be really fascinated, because the thing is, people were like, man, combat in this game sucks. Like, that's why the combat sucks, and that's what the combat sucks. It's one of those things where I realize something. Oh no. I think they quite literally probably, my assumption is, if you're telling the truth here, my assumption is they had to adapt the D100 system a lot, and there's a lot of issues with Rogue Trader and all of that you can kind of smooth over. with you can smooth over on the table that would be harder to smooth over on in a CRPG. mm. 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 A quartermaster requisition off can easily to requisition taking full action, receiving them at all. Mm. So effectively, quick side note here. We're gonna make a really quick little side note. Side note. This requisition in basic. Requisition as simple as possible. Simple as possible. The officers do not need to actually make any. Do not need to spend money directly. Not need to spend money on buying new gear or anything like, or not buy new gear from the police or the UN. Instead, they just have to spend time, a half action, calling it in, filling out the paperwork, and collecting it, to receive their supplies. Yep, just as simple as possible. I just want to emphasize, this is legitimately all that we're doing here. You don't have to pay for anything. You just need to actually, get it. This is not a complicated thing. However, I would just like to re-emphasize it. Heading to, let's see, we're gonna start with, clicked on all the wrong buttons. Alright, so we start with firearms. Firearms are the quintessential weapon of the modern age. While a majority of Neom is a no gun zone. The truth of the matter, quintessential weapon of the modern age. Neom is a no gun zone. By actually is Neom is designated as a no-gun zone by the Saudi Arabian government. All civilian ownership of firearms and most other lethal weapons are considered strictly prohibited. Are strictly prohibited and can net someone up to 15 to 30 years in 15 to 30 years in prison. The reality is that a majority of those living the reality is that a gun will protect you more than the police. Most red and many law-abiding citizens have a personal defense armament somewhere in their home. This is different from a firearm due to the firing mechanism and technicalities behind the registration of the weapon. But a bullet will still kill you. This bullet will still kill someone. And in the red and black zones of the line, every kind of actual fire, every kind of military and civilian armament, a firearm can be found. Smuggled in. Always given a fat. Always given a fat. Let me open up the exact fat. Lightweight 44 caliber calibrated 44 and firing to UN servers. Actually, Mm. I'm over, I swear. Mm. 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 Ugh. Mm. 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 It's a standard infantry rifle. Or... Mm. Mm. Fuck. Mm. 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 Character was tortured by Chaos Gold by having his eyes melted out. I'm in Lehman Russ. Well, yeah, I mean, it's the kind of game where you have to kind of lean into the rogue trade, into the 40k-ness of it all, because if you don't, I mean, like, what's the people were gonna get mad if you didn't lean into it, but you know, people are gonna get mad if you lean too far into it. I think from what I've heard, they've struck a pretty good balance with things. Mm. 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 Small arms. Mm. 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 Niche and do. Mm. 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 Damage. Mm. Mm. Damage, hands, conceal, range. Mm. 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 Mhm. Actually, what? Mm. Mhm. Hmm. Close range. Mm. Honest to God, I always knew this was this was never really like a major point of the game. It was like combat and stuff. That was never really the point. Why? The idea is, why bother with something like this? It doesn't really matter. Like, oh boy, it's a gun. Like a gun isn't the point. That's the unfortunate reality. Mm. 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 This isn't perfect. Mm-hmm. Mm. What do I want to do here? What am I really thinking of here? A firearm. Overall, there are four main kinds of firearms: handguns, rifles, shotguns, automatics. Automatics. That's it. Very basic. Handgun. Each of these is ranked off of the damage, hands, conceal, range, and tag. Actually, no, close. Mm. Mm. Let's see, conceal, range, and tag of the weapon in question. The damage signifies how much endurance is lost. How much endurance is lost when struck by the weapon. if a normal human being has four steps of endurance. Strength. Like here we hit endurance. Fucking endurance, bodily endurance, ability, physical fucking health. Okay. That's four steps of endurance. Alive, injured, bloodied, and mortis. Taking any amount of damage brings it down by the number of steps of the attack. Thus getting shot with a handgun brings down the endurance by 1 step. Live to injured. Alive to injured. Cybernetically enhanced individuals have six states of endurance, adding in an additional injured and bloodied step to represent their non-essential systems. Actually, six states of endurance: alive, injured, damaged, bloodied. What would be breakdown and mortis. Nope, just very simple to understand. Yep. And it signifies how much damage is dirt is lost when struck by a weapon. Have 6 states of endurance. Live injured. And what we should we delete this column, make a second column to the right, add in this. We do cybernetic endurance, alive, injured, damaged, bloodied, breakdown, mortis. So, hey, you want to fight someone who's a fucking jacked up cyber guy? Yeah, cool. Have fun with that. He's gonna take a hell of a lot more damage to bring the fuck down. Because he is jacked up on... He's a cybernetic fucking psychopath, and you are not. Mm. Mm. The hands indicate how many hands are required to hold the weapon comfortably. Hold the weapon comfortably. Hold the weapons comfortably. Mm, 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 mm. All. The concealment of the weapon is a measure of whether the weapon can be easily hidden on one's person. Mm. If it can be concealed, only a metal detector, sometimes not reliably. Sometimes only a metal detector or a search of the person will turn up the weapon. If it cannot be concealed unless they are hiding it beneath something, or struggling, or making a dedicated effort to hide the weapon. Or making a dedicated effort to hide the weapon, it will be revealed easily. Range is broken down. Range is broken down into which would be reach, let's see. Range is broken down into 6 categories, measuring how far. 6 categories measuring far the weapon can reasonably reach to affect the chosen target. Check the chosen target. The Inland Emperor will declare Emperor. A few guidelines can be given from the chart below. We want to make a table. We want to. Well, let's do that. Insert column right. Up in there. Mm. Turn it into a breakcore beat or something. Sorry, my new album, Notepad Lo-Fi, is not coming out anytime soon. I have to first try to get the new Twitch meta, which is just being shirtless. That's the new Twitch meta, everyone. It's just having no clothes on. You may say, wow, Notepad, why in God's holy name would having no actual clothes on be the meta? And the answer is, I don't know. I do not know why that is the current fucking meta in anything, in fact. I find that very strange. Yeah, the new Twitch meta is Pornhub. Yes. I know one of them got banned, but yeah, I mean, it's not like it's not. I feel nothing. I feel nothing at all. But yeah, it's like, huh. Wow, what's the main gimmick here? Oh, the main gimmick is that I don't have clothes on. Do you find it funny? Do you find it funny that I do not have actual fucking clothes on? I'm like, what? Twitch, please. Yeah, no, they banned one lady being like, yeah, please wear clothes and don't violate our fucking TOS. And they're like, whoopsie doopsie, I made a boo-boo. I'm like, shut the fuck up. And an open park if you want to do something really far. Because that's the really fucked up thing about the line. Like, this is a really funny, like, this is just a really funny thing with the line, that it's, and one of those funny moments about just how this game is so fucked up to, like, even just scale around. So, let's take an example of what the line is supposed to be like, by the way. This is concept art of the line, by the way. This is a very important reality. This is what the line is supposed to look like. What the line is supposed to be. Now, the interesting, let me see, I wonder if I can find a good interior. There we go, here's a good interior shot. Now, here's the thing. I'm gonna literally open this up in Paint because I can do that using my amazing technological power. I'm gonna show you why this is really funny and really, really interesting in its own right. So here's the line. This is what the internal line of the line is supposed to be like. Now, I want you to imagine there's someone standing here. I want you to imagine someone else is standing here. This is not like a very far distance, relatively speaking. Like, this is not like... We are not looking at, like, massive distance, even though this is across, like, one of the buildings in the line. And mind you, this is hyper dense. So that's why it's like combat isn't really even a big thing in this game, and like why why I kind of don't want to even deal with like how ranges work and stuff, because range is such a fucking clusterfuck in this, because it's like yeah, hey, I want to shoot, so I want to bring out my gun, covering up. Well, again, if I want to say I want to bring up my gun and aim. Yeah, it's like, effectively, can you see them? Yes, you can hit them. Because the only way to dodge bullets is to cut line of sight, which isn't hard, mind you. So I could picture almost 95% of real fights and gunfights or whatever really taking place in, like, fucking corridors. Like, you have a gun, and you have a handgun out, and like, you kick open a door, and you're like, get the fuck on the ground before I blow your fucking head off. It's like, you can't really afford to go any larger than that. Like, that's kind of an interesting reality of the matter, I guess you could say, is like, gunfights are incredibly short range, like, which, I mean, we as a society have trained for incredibly short range engagements. That's pretty much one of the first things you learn in the military stuff. It's like, hey, how do you deal with someone who wants to rip your face off at a very close distance? You don't get into a situation where someone can rip your face off at a close distance. That is the worst place you can be. That is rule number 1 of combat. Don't be in a situation where they can kill you. Note, many people fail at this simple task. Tag represents. We want to do. Row even. Nope. There we go. Yeah, weapons are in most small arm weapons are very simple to understand. You have a gun, do not think about it any further than that. You know, even like a rifle. You shoot someone with a fucking rifle, they are going to go down from alive to 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you shoot someone with a rifle dead on and they have nothing to block it, they're going to die. You shoot someone with a shotgun at close distance, it does not matter whether they are at full health or not, they are going to go to dead. Well, that was like the big thing. Like the big thing in setting for Neon was that there was effectively the ultimate expression of urban combat, which was the assault on Neon, and how it turns out a well-trained military force can really easily sweep an entire place like this just because they know what to do and they are planning ahead. If you have no idea, like, oh, well, we're just going to peek around the corner and they'll never find us, like, no, they'll know and they'll just do extreme prejudice. Because it's like, we don't know if you're around the corner there. We'll just throw a fucking grenade. What are you going to do about it? Nothing. You're going to die. Actually, no, we add it. Going to add in only 8 special weapons because generally speaking we don't need that many special weapons because that's not the point of this game. The stunner does special and it's close is, yeah, close is legitimately, like, the stunner is not a good weapon. Like, the thing with the stunner, though, is if they are unarmored, they are actually just immediately KO'd. Because you just shot a motherfucker with a taser. They're like... It's just like, yeah, with one of the big ideas, like, hey, you shoot someone with a cybernetic. They are cybernetic. It does 2 damage. It does the same damage as a gun. It does the same damage as a shotgun, or it does the same damage as an automatic weapon. Why? Because cybernetics do not like stunners, because it's a huge volt of electricity that going into your body, and suddenly you don't have any bones. Like, hey, my entire body is like convulsing horribly. I hate this. Would be a good. Actually, no. Or weapon. How do I want to? This would be a trying to think what would be another good. I am a cyberpunk police officer. What am I doing? Beat your skull in with a baton, beat your skull in with a Halligan bar. Mm, mm, mm. 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 Rathalgo. Mm. I'm getting tired. Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Can't afford to get tired. I'm gonna make food. Back in 1 minute. Hello. Now, as you can tell, I gotta... Work this. This constant pendulum has been... Whenever an officer or other character is wearing body armor, it will... Let's see. We'll have an armor rating, which is the amount of damage you can take before protecting the wearer. Heavier armor. Which is a stacking modifier, which is a stacking penalty for dexterous actions and initiative while wearing the chunkier but more protective armor plating. Now we Neon Public Security. Armor penalty. Oh, we do that. Oh. We're gonna put you at 1. What if we put all? What if we put all of you at? What if we put you? What if we put everything here? Put everything here at 1. Then we bring you all up to 2.2. 2, all up to 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. All right. All right. Oh yeah. We are gaming. Da. Mm. Excellent. Special. Special armor units. We do level 1. Level 2 body armor. Level 2 body armor. Plain clothes. Level 1 body armor. Level 2 body armor. Plain clothes. Armor rating 1, 0. Line officers, line. Actually, that would be police or type. Police uniform types. Tell me about police uniforms, because there's a very specific fucking term. There's a very specific fucking term. It's a... Type B, type C, type A to 1, city block, line patrolman, so city block patrolman, line patrolman, there we go. Okay. So pretty much is the amount of damage you can take before it's rendered useless. So I bring out my gun, I shoot you once. You are wearing traditionally your armor jacket. You can soak 3 damage effectively. That's it. Royal Guards can soak 4, Janissaries can soak 3. Generally speaking, most people can soak about 1 or 2. And that is you wearing effectively like very simple clothes, obviously, aren't going to block anything. That's the entire point. Gladiators, Maverick, Jet Set, and we want to have a what would be a good word for okay. Mm. Mm. Actually, mm. Okay. Okay, let me. I'm gonna call it here. It's fuck. We went a little late. Started late. Now this is just late. I'm just gonna work on the rest of this. I just need to add in stuff. If I work on this through tomorrow, because we're not doing a video, should be able to get. I'm fucking tired. Out there. Thank you. Godspeed. Good luck. Have a wonderful rest of your day. You know the rest. You'll try to finish things on Wednesday. Try being the operative word. Thank you. Goodbye.